Oh, I have to hit the consent thing.
Hello, I'm Alyssa Heinzelman.
And I'm Alex Clay.
We are Psych 204 students, and we are presenting our project on Dungeons and Dragons and societal acceptance.
So, our research question is: does playing Dungeons and Dragons help people feel more accepted by society?
Dungeons and Dragons is a fantasy RPG or role playing game where people are able to create their own characters and interact with others in a fantasy realm. Many individuals, such as people who identify as part of the LGBTQ community and people with mental illnesses, use Dungeons and Dragons as a way to explore their identities and feel accepted by society within safe and controlled environments. This is why we hypothesize that individuals who identify as part of the LGBTQ community and individuals who are professionally diagnosed with one or more mental illnesses are likely to spend more hours playing Dungeons and Dragons compared to other individuals. In addition to this, we also hypothesize that the more an individual feels judged by society, the more frequently they will play more hours of Dungeons and Dragons.
208 individuals completed our study. They were recruited by spreading a survey through the SONA systems and social media. The most common gender identity of our participants was women. The most common race of our participants was white. 85 participants identified as LGBTQ, and 90 participants are professionally diagnosed as having one or more mental illnesses. For our survey questions, we asked participants if they identified as a member of the LGBT plus community and if they are professionally diagnosed with one or more mental illnesses in the form of a yes or no question. We also asked participants if they felt judged by society on a self made scale that ranged from 1, not at all, to 10, extremely.
We hypothesized that individuals who identify as a part of the LGBTQ community are likely to spend more hours playing D&D compared to individuals who do not identify as a part of the LGBTQ community. In order to determine this, we used an independent samples t-test. As seen in our bar graph, more LGBTQ community members play more Dungeons and Dragons than non-LGBTQ community members. Thus, our hypothesis was correct.
We hypothesized that individuals who are professionally diagnosed with one or more mental illnesses are likely to spend more hours playing D&D compared to individuals that have not been professionally diagnosed with one or more mental illnesses. In order to determine this, we used an independent samples t-test. As seen by our p-value, there is no significant difference between individuals who are professionally diagnosed with one or more mental illnesses and hours playing Dungeons and Dragons.
We hypothesized that the more an individual feels judged by society, the more likely an individual will play more hours of D&D. In order to determine this, we used a correlational test. As seen in our scatter plot, there is no significant relationship between feelings of societal judgment and hours playing D&D. Thus, our hypothesis was incorrect.
To summarize our results, our work suggests that individuals who identify as the LGBT plus community play more hours of D&D. However, we did not find any correlation between feelings of societal judgment or individuals who are professionally diagnosed with one or more mental illnesses and playing hours of D&D. On the survey that participants completed, some of our questions were slightly altered. In the future, we could ask about self diagnosed mental illnesses as well. This could give us more data for our second hypothesis, in addition to a possibly different result. We could also change hours of Dungeons and Dragons per month to sessions per month. This is important because Dungeons and Dragons games are usually broken into sessions and not hours. We could also add additional questions about other RPG games besides Dungeons and Dragons.
If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at either arclay at smcm.edu or AJ Heinzelman at smcm.edu. Thank you for your time.